Hello guys, welcome back to my nursery. It is like Saturday, kind of early morning, and I decided to do this video quickly before I move out of this nursery. I can't believe it. I can't believe my happy place, my special place, this nursery that I have been doing my videos in now for the past, I want to say almost 6 years. I moved into this nursery. This used to be my kids' playroom when we first moved into this house. And then they kind of started getting older and they weren't really playing in here anymore. They didn't play with their toys as much. They kind of outgrew the toy stage. So then they weren't using the room. It was just kind of here. So I started using it for my nursery. I moved in here in November of 2017. So since November of 2017, this room has went through slight little changes here and there, but pretty much stayed the same since 2017 up until now. And I can't believe I'm going to be moving out of my space. So yeah, I decided before I started moving out of here, I would come and just do a last video in our space. So this is Malik, if you are new to my channel, and he needs an outfit change. He is the Pascal by Joanna Kazmazak, and I call him Malik, and I painted and rooted him. And then this is my little Layla girl. She'll be helping mommy do our last video in the nursery. I'm going to sit down and have a little chat. So this is Layla. She's my full body silicone she's the Dwayne Awake by Clear Taylor Dolls. So I will be sitting and holding her, probably feeding her in this video. And then this is my little miracle girl. These bars on here, when it's for our dolls, like usually I take the bar off because when you want to actually see the baby, the bar is in the way. So this is Miracle by Laura Lee Eagles, and she is also painted and rooted by me. I still haven't changed her yet either. We'll get to it eventually. And then back here, I already showed Gabby Gale asleep, painted and rooted by me. Also, my little boy, he is Grayson Gale. He's the Gabby Gale Asleep by Claire Taylor. Then over here is my beautiful Naya Grace. She is Gabby Gale Awake by Claire Taylor, and she was painted by I always say it wrong, Gladys Aguilar of Gladys Reborn Nursery. So that is beautiful Naya. And then in the crib, I already showed my beautiful little Laura Bell. I'm blocking the light. Her color is going to look weird because there's no light over her. But she is the Laura by Bonnie Brown, and she was also painted and rooted by me. So those are the babies that I have up here in the nursery. The rest of my silicone babies are not up here at the moment. They are in my bedroom, which I will be moving all of the babies to my bedroom. So they will be safe and out of here as I am transitioning, packing up, and moving stuff out of this room. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to be sitting in my chair with Layla one last time in this nursery. And I haven't actually done a video sitting in my chair chatting in a while. It's been months, I want to say, since I actually sat in my chair and did a video in this room. So, and I was planning on doing that, but didn't get around to it. I've been so busy. So, since this is now my last time in here, I really wanted to come and address everything, do some little updates, and let you guys know what's going on. Why are we moving out of the nursery? Why are we moving? Where are we headed? I will be right back. So, stay tuned. And I had to come back because I forgot the babies over here. I did not say what baby this is in the bassinet. How could I forget my little Dominique? She is the newest baby that I painted and rooted, and I am absolutely loving this baby so much. She's actually been in my bedroom. This is the first time she's been back up in the nursery. I just brought her up here. And I forgot about Dominique. But this is the Dominic, real-born Dominic. And like I said, she was painted and rooted by me also. And I am calling her Dominique. So that's who's in the bassinet today. And then down here is little Aspen. And right now I'm going to cast a shadow because I don't have the light over here. But this is Aspen by Clea Taylor. And she was also painted and rooted by me. And her name, I call her Malia, but she is currently the baby that's kind of in limbo. She's supposed to be up for sale, but then I haven't really been pushing to sell her. She hasn't sold yet, and I'm kind of like not sure what I'm doing with her. But anyway, she is my Malia, but she is the Aspen by Clea Taylor, painted and rooted by me. So I had to come back and just introduce the two of them as well, just in case you're new to my nursery. I couldn't leave these two girls out. So again, I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. So I'm going to be piecing video clips together, which I hate doing when I'm editing, and I have multiple little clips, but that's what I'm gonna have to do with this video because we started out showing the nursery, one last little look around. So yeah, welcome to my nursery. If you are new, welcome back to those of you who have been following me for a while. So I wanted to come and do one last little sit down in my nursery here before I move out of my nursery. So this just came about. Let me clarify. I'm not moving out of my house yet. So just in case you think I'm moving out of my house, I wish, but no, I'm not moving out of my house yet. What I'm doing is I'm going to be moving out of this room, this room is pretty large because it's not meant to be a bedroom, as I've always said. This room was more so meant to be like an extra room onto the house for like an office or storage or a playroom, a den, you know, a TV room, something like that. So this room is not really made closed off. Over that side is my laundry room. When you walk over here, this room is right off the kitchen. There's the doorway leads to the kitchen, and then you come in here, and this is a whole big space for whatever you want to use it for, basically. And then there's this like an extra closet in here for storing stuff. So I never use the closet in here for my doll stuff. And then when you walk over that side, there's another little room, and that's the laundry room area. So this room is pretty spacious, and that's what I liked about it. So now, where am I moving? Why am I moving out of my nursery? My precious space that I've gotten so used to being in here. But I'm moving out of this room, and I'm giving this room to my son, who is now, he's 18 now. Well, he turned 18 in January, Kofi. So he's going to be moving into, every time I start a video, my neighbor rides his motorcycle. Like, I can't win. Let me give the baby the bottle while he's starting up his motorcycle. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but for me it sounds loud. We'll give him time to take off. Okay, he's gone. So I'm trying to see, do I have my camera right? Because to me, it's like Layla looks so low. I really need to get that pillow I wanted to get her, and I still didn't get it, where I could prop her up more, or any baby I'm holding when I'm doing a video, so they're not so low down if I'm trying to show me and the baby. She's kind of low, and I don't have nothing over here right now I could put under her. Let's see, because this blanket is kind of big. This is a huge blanket. I just got it. I love it. It's a muslin blanket, but it's a huge one. It's two-sided, as you can see. One side has the flowers, and then the other side is plain, and it's that pretty like copper color with white, and it's so big. Yeah, I could kind of put part of the blanket under her while she's on top of the rest of it. It does kind of prop her up a little bit. So yes, I'm gonna be giving her her man bottle with a little bit of water in there. Let's see if I could get it in her mouth with one hand. Sometimes she'll open her mouth. Without me spilling water everywhere. Come on, Layla, take your baba. Sometimes she'll get it and I don't have to use two hands, because I did put that lubricant on it, on the nipple. Okay, I think she got it. So yes, guys. So my son is going to be moving in here, as I said. I'm going to be moving my nursery into his room. And his room is actually right next door to my room, down the hallway on the other end of the house. And I'm kind of excited about moving into there, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad about moving out of here because I'm so used to this room. But his room is smaller, so I'm kind of worried about that, because I don't know how much of my stuff is that I have a lot of stuff in this room. How much can I actually fit it in his room and it's going to look decent? Because, you know, if you try to pile a bunch of stuff in a room, I don't care how nice the room is, when you overcrowd it, it don't look right. It does not come across good. And because I do videos in the room, I don't want to overcrowd the room. So this is going to be a little adventure. I'm excited to move in there because it does have some positive points of it, more than I like being in this room. And let me say why. His room is smaller, so that's the downside. It is smaller, but his room has a closet in it. So I will have a closet in my nursery where I can hang baby clothes in there. I have a closet now that I use in my hallway for the baby clothes, but it's small, so it never fit all of my baby stuff in that closet. So his closet in his room is huge, so I can hang so much clothes in that closet. So I might not need as much of these plastic drawers that I have in here. I have 1, 2, 3 sets of plastic drawers in this nursery. And then I have like 1, 2, 3 big plastic crates with the tops to them, the bins in this nursery with clothes in them. Y'all can't even see those. They're over there in that corner. So maybe if I have more hanging space, I wouldn't need all of these separate plastic drawers. Or I could put the plastic drawers inside of his closet and still have clothes. Like, I could go shopping more now, but I'm not. But I would have so much area now in his closet space to hang clothes on hangers. So I'm excited about that. But as far as, like, I have the dresser, then I have that big tall shelf over there with those baskets on it, with the bins. I don't know, can that big shelf go in his room? Am I going to want that in there? Will I eliminate all of those bins? If I do that, where am I going to put all of those bins? So it's like a lot of stuff I have to kind of see how am I going to fix it in his room. This room I had at the time, I was into the color gray when I first moved into this nursery. So all of the walls in this room is gray. The ceiling is like a off-white color. And now I didn't want these walls gray. I actually was thinking about repainting this nursery before I decided to move out of it. I was going to paint it a off-white or cream color, because that's the more of the colors I want now, is those aesthetic colors, not so much color as this gray. So the good thing is his room is just an off-white color. It's no color really on his walls. Now the thing is, when he finished moving his stuff out of his room today, I can look at the walls, because I'm hoping I don't have to paint it, because I don't know. I haven't painted his room. He hasn't painted it in a while. I don't know what condition his walls are in. I go in and out of there, but I ain't really look at it good. So once he moves everything out and I take a good look around that room, I got to see, do I have to paint that room now before I really fix anything up in there? And I don't really want to paint. I really, really don't. So that's the whole thing. Now, he wants the gray walls in this room. He actually wanted color. So this will be good for him. He don't have to paint. These walls are still good with the gray. So I have to see what I'm doing with his room. Am I going to just leave the walls as they are, or will I paint over them with the, still is going to be the same off-white or cream color, which that's already what's in his room. So I would just be going over it to make it look a little freshened up, a little cleaner, because I don't know if his walls is good, because you know kids, they be hanging stuff up, tape and all of this stuff. So I don't know the condition of the walls in his room. So we will see when I get in there what's happening with his walls. Then he took the doors off of his closet. So I don't know if I'm going to want those to put doors back on his closet, or am I going to leave it open? Or am I going to put a curtain? I don't know how I want that. So it's like, that's the stuff I'm worried about. Like, how much stuff am I going to have to do to that room to make it feel comfortable and make it, you know, get it how I want it? So that's the nervous part of it. But then the good part of it is I did want, like, as I told you guys a couple of months ago, I was house hunting. I wanted a house with a room, with a regular room, extra room, where I could have my nursery, and it has a door separate, not with the laundry room. Like this room is with the laundry room and everything. So my kids are constantly coming in and out of here. Plus I have like storage stuff in here, like extra foods and canned goods and sodas and all of that stuff. I keep it in the laundry room over there. I have like cabinets in there. So they're constantly going in and out of there. I keep bottled water in there. They keep going in and out of here to get stuff like that. So my nursery never was really private, where I could close it off and my dolls are safe in here from my cat, because I do have a cat. I had two, but that's a whole nother story. We lost one of our cats a couple of months ago too. Very sad. So now I have one cat, but she likes to come in this room. She loves my nursery. I don't want her in here, but I let her come in here sometimes. She loves it. So I don't put my silicone babies in here for that reason, because I have a cat. So the good thing is, when I move in my son's room, it's a bedroom. It's actually meant to be a bedroom, so it has its own door, and I can close the door. So my dolls would be safe in there. Nobody would be going in and out of my nursery but me. So that is the best part I love, because now I probably will move some of my silicone babies out of my bedroom, and I could just leave them in my nursery, because I can close the door and the cat won't be in there unless I'm in there. Once I come out of my nursery, I can close the door, and she's not gonna, you know, she won't be able to go in there. And my kids don't really go in my nursery unless I'm in it. But in this room, like I said, I never could really close it off, because it's, you know, connected with the laundry room over there. So the kids are always coming in and out of here. So yeah, so I'm going to be moving down to my son's room. That's what we're doing. I already started actually moving some of the stuff around already. And like I said, some of this stuff I might have to let go of some of it because I don't know if all of this is going to fit comfortably and look decent in his room. So it's going to be exciting, but it's going to be a lot of work. And I'll keep you guys posted. I'm going to do like a little video around the room so y'all could see how it looked before I do anything to it. And then you guys, of course, I'll do a whole nursery look around as I'm working in it. I don't know. I might do little vlogs in there as I am working and decorating, and do some videos so you guys will see what's happening, what am I doing. And then once I get it kind of all together, then I'll do a final nursery reveal / tour type of thing. So yeah, it's gonna be something exciting, but at the same time, I'm gonna miss this room. Also, I have my paint area in this room where I paint my reborns and when I'm painting silicone dolls, and I have a whole area in here to do that. I have a side door in this room going to the outside where I can open it when I have my new wave oven baking the dolls, and that keeps you from inhaling the fumes. I could just open my door over there. I'm not going to have that in his room. So I don't know how I'm doing with the painting because I don't know if I want to have that new wave oven in his room because it's smaller than this room and I don't want to be inhaling fumes. So I don't know if I'm going to paint back there, or if I paint back there, I wouldn't put the new wave oven back there. I probably would still keep that up front somewhere where it's more ventilated and I can open the door and all of that stuff when it's on. So then that's going to be something different because now I'm going to have to move around when I want to bake the dolls and bring them up to the front of the house to bake them. So it's going to be a little bit of a change for me. I'm going to have to get used to the changes, but I'm looking forward to it. So that is what I'm up to. That is where we're moving to, out of this nursery and into a whole new space. And what else I want to update? A grandbaby update also in this video because I haven't done that in a while. So my little Alora was born on April 19th. So she is now a little over 2 months old. She's like 2 months and a week old, I'm thinking at this point. Yeah, about 2 months and 1 week or so. This is actually, she was supposed to be born in July this month. Today's July 1st. So she was born actually 3 months early, almost about 3 months early. She is now, like I said, 2 months and 1 week. She's still in the hospital because a lot of people have asked me how's she doing. So I wanted to definitely come do a little Alora update. That is her name, Alora. So she is doing really well. I'm so happy. We are so blessed. She is doing really amazing. She is now 6 pounds. When I went up there yesterday, she was 6 pounds and 7.9 ounces, you guys. So she's almost 7 pounds. I can't believe it. When she was born in April, she was only 2 pounds and 9 ounces, I believe it was. 2 pounds and 9 ounces and about 14 inches long when she was born. And now she is 6 pounds, 7.9 ounces, and she is now 18.7 inches long. So she's almost 19 inches long, almost 7 pounds. Like, I can't believe how much she has grown. Like I told you guys, she's off the feeding tube that was going directly into her stomach. They took one away. Now she just still has the one. It's a small one, goes in the nose to the stomach. So they haven't taken that one out, but they're supposed to take that one out this week coming up. She is bottle feeding. So they're slowly introducing her now more to the bottle. They just started that a couple of days ago. She's doing good with her bottle feeding, but she still has the other little feeding tube in, like I said, but they're wanting to take that out. in the next couple of days. But it all depends on how well she continues to do with her bottle feeding. Right now, when they feed her with the bottle, she starts breathing fast, they said. So then they don't want to overfeed her with the bottle if she's breathing fast, because they said that's usually when babies will choke if they start breathing too quickly while they're also sucking the bottle. She was breastfeeding and she was doing good with that, but they also want to make sure before she goes home, she knows how to bottle feed. And her mommy's planning on bottle feeding anyway. She's gonna continue pumping and putting the breast milk into the bottle. So definitely we want her to know how to drink out of a bottle. What else? So her weight is good, her length is good, her head is, everything is good. She never had any brain bleeds, because that's a major worry with premature babies, that they will have brain bleeds. She never had any brain bleeds. I'm so happy about that. The oxygen, like I said, she still has the little nose oxygen in, but she's no longer on that actual ventilator machine. She's not on that. She stayed off of that since they took her off at least a month ago now, more than a month. So she's pretty much breathing all on her own, besides the little bit of oxygen that she's getting by nose, the little nose thing. And I forgot what you call it, but they're going to be taking that out soon as well. So those are the little things before she actually can head home, be released, and finally we get to bring her home. The little oxygen thing out of her nose, where she can completely maintain her oxygen levels on her own. That has to come out of her nose. The little feeding tube thing that's still in, that has to come out. And her drinking from her bottle without breathing fast, because they don't want her choking. So they want her to be able to drink, suck the bottle, and not breathe fast, not choke. And those are basically the last two things that, the little milestones that she has to reach. Then they start doing the little car seat checks with them before premature babies go home. And they want to make sure that they can sit up in the car seat and breathe and everything. And they do that before they send them home too. So that's when you know she's definitely getting ready. So they haven't started doing the car seat test yet with her. So I guess once they get her on that bottle good, drinking, take the rest of the oxygen out, take the feeding tube out, and she's doing good, they want to make sure also that she maintains her weight when they take those things away. And she has to feed on her own and breathe on her own, keeping the oxygen levels, stable, and also eating enough and not lose weight. So they want to make sure she's eating enough and she keeps her weight on. So that's what they, the last little things they do before they let them go home. So that's an Allura update. She will be coming home soon. So we're also getting the house ready for the baby. Because when the baby came so early, it kind of was shocking. We weren't expecting that, of course. Like I said, she was due to come this month in July, like middle July. So she was way early. She came April 19th, like I said, which was almost 3 months early. 2 pounds, 9 ounces. Definitely, like they said, she was a micro preemie when she was born. So that was very traumatizing, to say the least. It was definitely exciting to have a grandchild. She's my first grandchild, my only grandchild right now. But it was scary, the beginning weeks, those were some scary weeks. And I want to thank all of you who prayed and kept us in your prayers. Thank you so much again to everyone. Thank you to everyone who still messages me and tell me you're praying for her. Thank you so much. Those of you who always, message me and ask how she's doing. Even if I don't do an update, a lot of you message me and ask how she's doing. Thank you so much for your support, your concern, your love and prayers. I really appreciate all of it. And she is doing really well. So all of your prayers, all of our prayers, it was definitely, worth all of it. Because I feel like those prayers brought her to this point. I really do. God has blessed her. Like, I look back at how little she was when she came out, and it was so scary. And I look at her now, how much, like how far she came. She now looks like a baby, like a, you know, a newborn. Before, she was so little, I tell you. I mean, they look like babies, but then, like I said, when they so little, they barely, you can't really tell how they look yet, what they're gonna look like. They barely even have any skin color, really. Like, you can kind of see a little skin color, but their skin is so thin. Like, I remember when the day she was born and the nurse was trying to get her vein to insert the IV and stuff. And when I think about it now, I want to cry. But the nurse had to bend her arm like I'm bending Layla's to get her wrist. Like, she bent it so hard and she squeezed so hard on my granddaughter's arm. You could actually see all of the blood come to her skin surface. That's how thin the skin is on a preemie. You could see through her skin. You could see all of the blood like come to her arm, to the skin. I was like, oh my God, is she gonna bust her skin? That's how it looked, like her skin could bust, but it didn't. I guess the skin has elasticity in it, even though it's so thin. And the nurse had to do that in order to find her little vein, because their veins are so tiny when they're that little, in order to get all them IVs and stuff in them that they need to put in them to save their lives. They have to like squeeze on them like that to get to find their veins. Oh, it was, I'll never forget it. I can't believe how you could see her blood like that clear through her skin. That's how thin her skin was. So to look at her now, and she looks like just like a regular newborn, and she has a little skin color now, and her skin is like regular skin. It's just like amazing and overwhelming. And like, I just, sometimes I want to cry, but it's happy tears because how far she came. It's so scary when you have a preemie born. Like, some of my babies, my own children, were born a little early, but not like my granddaughter was. To see how those nurses and doctors take care of those babies, and a lot of them survive now, is amazing. You know, not all of them survive, unfortunately. Some of them are just too small. But the work that they do is a miracle, like how they save those babies. Because those babies be so small, you can barely find their little veins. It's just amazing all that they do. Like I said before, you couldn't lift her legs to change her diaper because it was dangerous. It could cause an actual brain bleed to lift her lift her legs up to change her diaper. Now you can lift her legs up and stuff. She's past that stage, thank God, because that was scary. At that time, I didn't even want to change her diaper. They would let us change it, but usually I didn't want to change it. Now I'll change it because you can kind of lift her legs and move her around. Now she's fine. But before, I was scared. I did not want to change her diaper at first. But now she can, you know, you can hold her now. Finally, I got to hold her. It was so nice. Eventually, I might put up like some of the videos of her when I first got to hold her, so you guys can see. And like her, I may show her. I haven't shown her yet. Out of respect to her parents, I didn't want to put her on video or anything yet. I'll see how they feel about it. But I do want to show her to you guys, but we'll see how it goes, because some teenagers and young people now like being on Instagram and being on social media, and then some of them don't. So I have to see how her parents feel about her, you know, the baby being like me showing her on Instagram or my Facebook, or putting her on my videos and actually showing her face. I have to see how they feel about it. I'm all on social media showing my face, and I have been for years now. So I'm fine with it, but I don't know how they feel about it. All 5 of my kids, from the oldest to the youngest, none of them like really being on like actually showing themselves on social media that much. And from my oldest is 29 to my youngest is 15. So that's like a wide age range of my kids. And like I said, from the youngest to the oldest, none of them really like social media. Like they don't really want to show themselves on it. So I don't know how they would feel about me showing the baby on here, but I will see once she actually gets home and all of that stuff. I will see how they feel, because I would like to share her with you guys, but I don't know if they're gonna let me show her face or not. We'll see what happens. I might do a little snippet of a clip where y'all could kind of see her, but I'm not actually gonna show her whole face. Maybe I'll put it on the thumbnail of this video, or I'll do a separate video when we, kind of reveal her. I don't know. We shall see. I'll speak to them about it. And also, you guys, if you notice, I never actually told you guys which one of my kids had the baby. Did you guys notice that? A lot of you were guessing which one had the baby, but I never actually said who had the baby. Who made me a grandma? I still haven't actually told you guys that, have I? Maybe eventually I'll say all of that too. Or maybe you put it together already. I don't know if I want to put this apple diaper on her, or if I'm going to just put another Huggies on her, a plain one. You can't even see the print on it. Because usually she wets her diaper and then she wets it more later on. She might still wet it and then I got to change it again and throw it away. So I think I'm going to just put this plain Huggies on. If you can see how thick that diaper is. She drank all that water while mommy was yapping away, chatting away. She was just drinking. She pretty much finished all of it, because now you can't see any water. It's like way down in the cream part. There's a teeny little bit left. So anyway, that is a grandbaby update. Getting excited. It's almost time for her to come home. I'm thinking maybe the 2 to 3 weeks still before she comes home. That's my guess, 2 to 3 weeks. And they said that she probably wouldn't come home until she should have been born. They usually stay in the hospital around to the time that they actually would have been born. So for her, that would be, like I said, she was due for middle July. So she probably gonna come home, I feel, in the middle of July. So that is the wet diaper. The light is glaring on it, but she definitely drunk her water good. So I'm gonna get off of here now. Not changing Layla's outfit. I just have her in this onesie, one of my favorite floral onesies right now, because it is definitely hot down here in Georgia. My goodness. I think it's going to get close to, like they said, 100 degrees. That's what they're predicting. So she don't need nothing on but this onesie. She's good. If you have never seen her, that is her up close. Little Miss Layla. And it seems like there was more I wanted to talk about. Oh, as far as the moving part, because I was saying that we were supposed to be moving. That is what I wanted to do. So I had been house hunting also as well in the past couple of months. But I did not find any house that we were going to actually move into yet. I was still looking, and then all of a sudden my granddaughter was born early. So that kind of derailed all of the house hunting. All of the house hunting went to the back burner because, of course, my granddaughter took priority. You know, her health and everything took priority over everything else. And so the house hunting, I kind of postponed it because she came so early. So eventually I will get back to the house hunting. That is the plan, but I'm not rushing it right now. Because also there was different things that came about. I noticed when I was looking for houses, when we were looking, the housing market, like the prices of houses has skyrocketed since I had started looking a little bit, maybe a little over a year ago. And the prices from then, like, we should have moved then. The prices have like doubled, quadrupled in some cases. Same houses I seen then, the prices like are ridiculous now. So that was also what I noticed when I was looking for houses, and it kind of made me take a pause, because maybe it's not actually a good time to move right now to buy a house. Then the baby came early, so that also took precedence and priority over everything else. So right now I'm still looking, but I'm not rushing and I'm not ready yet to move. Now, if I happen to see something where it is possible and I like it, then I'll jump at it. But from what I've been seeing, the prices right now to buy a house is crazy. The prices are crazy. For the same houses that was there a year or two ago, the prices have, in most cases, like tripled or quadrupled in the time frame from when I first was looking over, like, say, a year and a half. Since COVID happened and everything went up in price, so did houses. So that kind of made me take a pause. So for now, we're going to still be here. And like I said, what we decided right now, because my son is older and he wanted this room for a while. And it's a bigger room than his and he needs more of the space. I decided to just swap rooms and let him take this room and I take his until we actually move into something bigger. So that's what we're doing for now. I did want to update on the house hunting because I remember I mentioned it. So I wanted to come back and kind of give you an idea, you guys, an idea what happened with the house hunting. Just update you on that. I kept forgetting to do that. So now I took care of that update as well. Anything else? I think that's it for this video because it's getting long. So we will see you in the next video, guys. I will keep you posted on the whole moving and all of that stuff. So stay tuned. You will see what goes on as we are moving into the next room. So take care and thanks for watching.